Hey, I'm Brandon, joined here by my buddy Pat. Today we are checking out the Leatt 3DF AirFit Hybrid Body Protector. This is going to be a great option for those of you out there hitting the trails. It's coming in right at $300. It's super lightweight, super breathable, but it's got that extra level of protection that you're going to want when you're riding in that application. Before we get going, let's talk about the overall fit. I've got Pat here. He's about 6 feet tall, 220 pounds with a 44-inch chest. He is currently wearing the large extra large. If you reference their sizing chart, that's going to be spot on for him. I would just recommend going with your typical t-shirt size and you should be all set. It is very much kind of like a compression shirt, so it's going to move very well with the body and it's got a lot of give to it. So again, very comfortable, and go with your typical t-shirt size. You should be all set there. And at $300, it is going to ship to you for free. And of course, we do have a price match policy in place that is there to ensure that you're getting the best deal around. So take advantage of that. Starting at the top here, this is designed to accommodate a neck brace. This is what this little piece right here is for. It kind of goes into the neck brace itself, and it's just going to help keep that in position, help keep that in place. And you can see they've got this little recessed area right here on the chest as well, and then they've got some updates on the back there that allow you to accommodate that neck brace and make sure that it's nice and stable. As we continue working our way down the shoulder there, you do have this hard TPU on the exterior, and then underneath that you're typically going to, I say typically because we stole this out of Pat's shoulder right here, but you are going to have this CE level 1 protection. You're going to get CE level 1 protection right here at the shoulder, and you're also going to get this at the elbow. The back and the chest are going to be CE 2, however. As we continue working our way down the arm, we do have some slight foam padding here, and you can see this loose weave mesh main construction with the stretch built into it as well. As we continue working our way down the arm, as I mentioned before, you've got that TPU material right here at the elbow, and then underneath that you're going to get that same CE level 1 protection right there at the elbow. One thing I don't necessarily love, I think Pat agrees with me, he's used some Leatt rigs before, this tends to wear out over time in this particular area. We wish that we had maybe some Velcro straps right here, so as this wears, as this stretches in this area, we can make sure that everything is nice and snug in this particular location to make sure the armor's not going to move out of place if I'm coming off of the bike. So that would be something I would like to see updated on this particular rig on the next iteration here. As we swing over to the chest, as I mentioned before, recessed area to accommodate that neck brace. You do have CE level 2 protection right there at the chest, and you can see this is quote unquote porous here, so it's not going to prevent any airflow to getting to the body. And we've got that looser weave mesh right here around the chest and around the stomach area, little foam padding around there as well. One thing I do like is that this is adjustable, so you can fine tune how snug this particular area is fitting if you need to do so. Very straightforward there. Pat, go ahead and face the side for me, sir. Get a quick look here at the side, and again, more mesh on the sides. We've got this foam padding wrapping around the ribs and kind of around the hip area. Nice to have that. It's not super stout protection, but it's certainly going to help if you're coming off the bike, maybe falling into a rock garden or something like that, which Pat and I tend to do when we're riding the trails. Certainly comes in handy. Any additional protection I will certainly welcome. Pat, go and face the back for me, sir. Right here, this is that piece that I was mentioning before on the back, right? This just comes off with simple Velcro tab there, and that is designed to accommodate that neck brace. It gives you that slot, and it just helps it maintain stability when you're riding through the trails or you're at the MX track, whatever you plan to do that utilize this rig for, but very easy to remove. Go ahead and frisbee that right over there. And then CE level 2 protection right here at the back, as I mentioned. It's very comfortable, it moves incredibly well with the body, and it doesn't hinder any movement, and that's what I like. Pat, go ahead and face the front. That's what I like about this particular setup, because it is low profile, but it's a nice mix within their line, because I've got a little bit of hard TPU, so an extra level of impact protection, but it's not the full armored rig like their 6.5, their 5.5. This is closer to something like their 3DF line there, but it's got a bit more protection than their 3DF. So if this isn't quite the level of protection you're looking for, you want something that's a bit more stout, you could step it up to the 6.5, more TPU. It's got like a kidney strap and things like that, so it's a bit more robust in comparison. But this is going to be closely related to that 3DF, as I mentioned before, that AirFit system, but it's a step above that. So that's another option. If this is maybe too much for you, check out the 3DF within Leatt's line. That could be a great alternative for you. That's a bit more low profile in comparison. But I like the overall design that Leatt Leatt's bringing to the table. Asymmetrical zip, easy to get in and out of, and I like the additional options that they're bringing to the table within their line. So you can pick and choose, the level of protection that you want to have depending on the terrain that you plan on tackling. But of course, if you have any additional questions or you're looking for more details, click that info button. That'll take you over to the product page. You can take a closer look at this and see some other options within their line. And as always, if you have any additional questions for us, please don't hesitate to reach out to our customer service team. They're all riders, more than happy to get you pointed in the right direction. Thanks for hanging out with Pat and I and taking a closer look at the Leatt 3DF AirFit Hybrid Body Protection. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.